Hey guys, today we're going to make a story again. So once upon a time, there was a little 5-year-old little girl. This little girl's name was little Froggy. Cause she loved frogs. She even wore green stuff for frogs. One night early, very early in the morning, she woke up and then seen her homework. Her homework was all done, and suddenly she noticed that there was no school today. So very early in the morning, she wore her pajamas and went to the parking lot. She went to the parking lot, and she didn't know how to drive. So she went to the parking lot and found her car's missing. Oh no, my car's missing. She found whys and everywhere to find her car, but no clue of her car. So she rolled and rushed back home and changed clothes.
Let's go!
After when she changed clothes, she went on a little scavenger hunt for her clothes. So she wore her shoes, her sock, everything she needed. So when she was done, she went there, and then she even brought a little fan. No. So she ran and saw her mom here. She said, "Mom, your car is missing," and she just kicked her out of the house, cause she thought I stole the car. So I grabbed my stuff, even my backpack, and changed my hat. I changed my hat into something else. She changed her hat into something else, and wore her backpack, and grabbed everything she needed and left. She was never seen her mom ever, and then never ever. And then when it was fully morning, she was very worried, like super duper worried. So she found a portal. This portal sent her somewhere very interesting, and she bumped into it. And then she looked, and then found her mom's cars again. And she's like, "Wait, I don't get it. Am I blind?" And suddenly, she was sent to an eye doctor. She went back to her mom's place and said, "Mom." But instead, her mom didn't reply, and then she luckily brought her money and went to the eye doctor. One hour later, she got her glasses. She could barely see now, but she could see really carefully now. The doctor said, "You need to find your car," but she already found her car. So luckily she's 5 years old, but she knows how to drive. And she flew into the sky, and she crashed and back. She was flying in the sky so far, and then she just landed. And then after that, she found her car everywhere and never seen it. But luckily, she's seen it right now. She saw 2 cars, and it managed to accidentally bump in the robot, and it kept moving. When she was driving, she saw a haunted house. So she didn't go in, but she accidentally saw and pulled her in there. And then she was very shocked while I was in there. Like very scared. Everybody else was in there. So she was surprised. Where was she? She was very scared, but luckily didn't break her glasses. And then boom, she's in the haunted house. So she was walking backwards, and then when she turned around, was so scared from the haunted house. Bro literally found his backpack, but she was sitting down, but tried to jump off, but she can't get off this chair. So that person sent her back, and then she ran so far away that she found the exit, but accidentally went to the second floor. And then she was very sad still. She tried to go back home, but she cannot. She was super sad that she was trying to find her way back home. So she went to another door and then saw the first floor. When she went to the first floor, it was all cool for a sec. And after that, when she was there, she was shocked. She walked to the front row again to see the creepy thing again. And super nervous, so nervous. Suddenly she smiled because a lot of people here liked her. A bunch of people like her and try to be teens, but they just keep walking away. But luckily she went back to the elevator and then saw someone following her and just walked past like nothing happened. And she tried to find her way back home, but she can't. So this happened. She was in here, and suddenly, just a monster just kicked her out there. And she was very hurt from that kick. So she never went in there ever again. And again, find her car everywhere. But I found it in the parking lot. So the parking player was waiting for me to get in there, so I drove away. So after when she drove away, she saw Candyland. And then she just remembered something from here. She remembered when she was little, she went here. And suddenly someone bumped her car. And she kept driving and run, but accidentally run into somebody. And she carried that person to the hospital. But the hospital was very far away, so she went to the hospital very worried about that person. So she drove to the hospital. But luckily she was 5 and she knew where to go, So she dropped her off at the hospital, and luckily he was not even dead. But the bad thing is someone stole her car with that person and drove away. Like nothing. Like brah. Like come back here. He was like, no! She was like, after that she carried that person that we just bumped her, and then send him to the hospital. But luckily, the treatment was not too expensive. And then she hopped on the taxi and it went back where she belonged. But instead, that driver was driving crazy and nutty, so she didn't know what to do. Instead, just sit there and just stay calm. Like nothing happened, really nothing happened. He drove into a shop. Holy moly! That driver was a really successful bad driver. So that person kept driving and suddenly got his control and then saw that person again. So she carried that person back home where he belongs, but instead the taxi just drove away as fast as he could. So So treatment was not that expensive. So she just carried that person back home, and that person said thank you. This little guy was very, very, very little. Suddenly, she doesn't know where his home is. So he asked him, where's your home? The haunted house. And he said the haunted house. She was super shocked, but threw her back home. But luckily, she didn't have to go in there, and she just screwed away. After when she screwed away, she was very nervous about her mom, because her mom kicked her out of the house because I was blind, and then I didn't see the cars. But she just kept looking for her car and looking for a taxi. But no sign of taxis or something. She ran to a car and it flew her, boom! She was too dizzy and fell on the ground, but she just broke her glasses. She broke her glasses now. She just threw the glasses on the ground. Just threw it on the ground, and she can't even see anymore. She has only $5 now, and suddenly she can't see. She kept falling and tripping and bumping into people. Ouch! She was very nervous that she sat down and closed her eyes. And after that, something changed on her. Something changed on her. One time in the afternoon, she suddenly realized that her mom was looking for her. So she was happy, so she finally gave a little smile on herself. So she found her mom, but she disappeared. And suddenly found somebody else. And no sign of her mom even. Even a little can't even happen, so suddenly someone gave her glasses because she was her friend, and then she also got lost and found a taxi again. She rushed to the taxi, but the taxi was too fast, but luckily she got her glasses back. And the driver just flew away.
Let's go.
And then she was about to fly away too, but she dragged that vehicle. And then she was very surprised how strong she was. So after that, she drove back and saw that taxi person again, and just returned his car. But that person did not even So she asked someone to drive away, but instead she accidentally bumped into something and just crashed her car. Oh, holy piece of, oh my gosh. So she rushed and saw her mom. Her mom was very surprised, but she kept walking. And suddenly she saw her real mom. Someone just bumped into her. She didn't know what that is, and suddenly something changed into her. Something changed. Something really, really changed of her. She changed into a little blob. Now she was very silly, so silly that she barely can see now, and she barely could bump into people and kept hitting people as hard as she could. But 5 days later, she recovered. But when she recovered back to a little baby. So after that, someone pushed her away and kept walking. But she was very sad. And then finally, and one day she found her real home. She ran to her home and hugged her plants so tight that she can't even let go. Oh, my plants, I finally found you. And after that, she found her closet and changed into something else because she was super cold. Like so cold. So she changed into something else. And then she changed into her uniform. She changed back into her uniform. And then she actually went back to school because she just turned back. And she went back to school because she knows she can't even know anything, even 1 + 1. So she drove to the taxi, and then that taxi drove her to there. And then after, when she was there, she was surprised to see that mean driver again. The driver said, "Holy!" Holy, she was so dizzy that you bump into people. The driver was crazy Daisy, but luckily she made it to her school. But ow, she just bumped her again. So she went back to school. I was very happy. So happy that she literally just went to school, but right now it's very early in the morning, so she waited until school started. She waited until school started and sat on the ground for a while. Yes, she sat on the ground for a while. After that, she saw a lot of people coming to school, so she went to school. After, when she was in the school, 2 hours later, she returned from school. After, when she returned, she knows everything back, and suddenly she turned into back herself. She turned back into herself and was very happy. Was so happy, so happy. She even gave a smile. That was her happiest day of her life. But now she knows where her home is, exactly where she is. So she rushed back home. She rushed back
Check
home.
out my antenna.
Just quickly get back home, and then 1 hour later, she landed back home, and she hugged her plants again. She hugged her plants so tight and changed into her uniform. After that, she was going to work. After that, she went to work. After, when she was getting ready for her work, she brought her plants with her because she loved her plants. So she brought one of her smallest plants and brought it to her work.
Let's go.
Luckily, she was a barbecue, and suddenly saw somebody just being so sad. It was a little walking, talking cactus. So she gave her plant to that cactus, and that cactus was happy. So happy that she gave her a hug. And then she kept walking and walking to her work. She kept walking and walking. She was going to her work like that. And after that, she was happy that she was back to normal. After that, she walked so long, that her feet got a little bit hurt.
Check out my antenna.
After that, luckily she brought an extra pair of shoes because this shoe is too small. So luckily she brought another pair of shoes, and then went back to work. After that, she ran so fast with these shoes. And she ran so fast, she went back to work. And then after that, she went back to work. She was a cafe worker. So she waited, somebody come, and then 1 hour later, she was finally done her work and got 1,000 money. She was so happy, so she went back home and celebrated.
Egg for all.
But-
Egg.
But 1 hour later, when she was walking back home, she saw her mom standing there. And then her mom was crying. So, and it ran up to her and said, "Oh, please trust me. I know I kicked you out." And then the driver bumped me, and my mom pushed, and then her mom pushed her away. But she kept walking back home, but somebody whipped her again. She was very sad, but she was still going to celebrate. So first, before she changed her clothes, she growed some strawberries. And after that, she went back to changing
Check out my antenna.
to her little. And after that, she changed back into her little pajamas. And then slept. After when she slept, a little dong-dong just appeared at her home. She said hi to the dong-dong, and then the dong-dong gave her a little strawberry. And then the dong-dong said, "Oh, these are your strawberries, right?" "Yeah, these are my strawberries. Thank you, little dong-dong." And then she celebrated with her strawberries. Ate the strawberries. Did everything for the strawberries. Num 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 num.
Hurry.
1 hour later, she went back to her party and went back home, and suddenly she noticed that she was still wearing her pajamas, but it's okay because she still went to the party. So after that, it was nighttime. She looked at the mirror and said, "I'm finally back to normal." And after that, she watched the TV. But when she watched the TV, she was shocked. She was so happy. She was so happy because there was a contest of a little passion. Of a little. She was so surprised that she got sparkling in her eyes. After that, she was so surprised that she literally just went back to her drawer and then got the most beautiful outfits that she got. This outfit was her mom's outfit. So she got an extra pair of it for me. But when she went to the contest, and after for 1 hour she won. So after when she won,
Delft's morning
she
bug.
won
I ditched this
a little
friend to see
teddy
that.
bear. But the teddy bear loved her. The teddy bear loved her. So she put it in her drawer and then kept it safe. So after that, she whipped back home. Cause she actually went to the mall to buy some stuff, and she bought some beautiful
Time
stuff.
stuck on the canvas.
But she was still wearing this outfit, and she bought a little sun. She bought a little sun. This sun was super bright. After that, she went back home and was super happy, like super
Paint
duper
fades
happy.
eventually. Where will the spirit and the painting go?
And then suddenly, a little dong-dong appeared again in her little pit. And then, after that, the crazy driver went
Time.
into her house. But she was not surprised because this is her mom's house. She changed back into her little grown-up little pajamas. After that, she slept. The end.